Greetings, everyone, and welcome to this web conversation for the IMCCA. I'm your host, David Danto, and joining me today is my good friend and industry colleague, Jason McGraw. Jason, say hi to everybody.
Hey, David. Glad to be here. Thanks.
Good to see you. It's good to be back working with you. I guess for anybody who's not familiar with your storied career, Mr. Show Guy, more than 2 decades of working on the Infocom show, and since then, tell me what you're doing now and why people should be aware of where you are and what you're doing.
Thanks, David. In the last several years, since the pandemic, I've been working with Emerald Expositions, and we own the CEDIA Expo. CEDIA, the association, is the sponsor and has their conference at the show. We've been running it since 2017. So I'm the show director for CEDIA Expo, which, longtime friends and partners in my past life. So I'm very familiar with the Resi integration side of the business, and was predominantly commercial in the past, in my past experience. But I also manage the kitchen and bath industry show. You're like, what does kitchen and bath have to do with CEDIA Expo? But when you think about the built environment, whether it's residential or commercial, KBIS is co-located with the International Builders Show at Design and Construction Week. And we manage that show on behalf of the National Kitchen and Bath Association. So I oversee both of those shows. And this past fall at CEDIA Expo 22 in Dallas, we announced our new Commercial Integrator Expo to be co-located with CEDIA Expo this September in Denver. So we're very excited about that as we bring commercial and residential system solutions together under one roof during 1 week at one time. So we're very excited about that and our continuing partnership with okay. Sorry, David.
That's what we're going to talk about here, but I don't want to minimize, the kitchen and bath show. That's not, a little high school play in the down the block auditorium. That's some significant size show.
Yeah, we just finished the show about a month ago in Las Vegas, and it was the largest attended show in the history of the event. A great turnout, 500 exhibitors, over 400,000 square feet of exhibits for just KBIS. But we were part of a larger collection of 5 shows all together in 1 week. And there were 200,000 building industry professionals in Vegas the week of Design and Construction Week this year. So just an amazing return to trade shows and companies really coming out and showing their A game with new products, new exhibits, and got fabulous feedback from our exhibitors and attendees. And I think we're seeing that trend, frankly, at all trade shows this year across many industries.
Yeah, no, I was at CES this year, and CES was a jam-packed show, bigger than the expectations. Same thing for ISE. A lot of attendees. People are, we were talking about it last year, how people were eager to get back together and really be able to hug and see and chat and be human beings again. And that momentum has carried us off into this year as well, where, trade shows are generally having record attendance going forward, and people are very excited about what they can accomplish with them.
No doubt. I think, being online like we are right now serves its purpose, and we can work remotely and collaborate across time zones and distance. That's great, but we're also human beings. We're analog, and we like to get together. We like to see each other in person, shake hands, have hugs, share a drink together, have dinner together, celebrate being human beings together. And so, really technology allows us to work every day seamlessly and also amplifies when we get back together in person. So I think it's a great marriage that's developed now between in-person events and technology, not only in the industry and the applications that are pervasive in the home office and the workplace and the school and other settings, but I think it's great gathering in person, and we've missed that over the pandemic, and we're seeing how valuable it is to gather in person once again.
So let me be devil's advocate for a minute. And that this is not a way that I personally believe, but I want to give you the opportunity to address it. Sure. I was at CEDIA Expo with you for the last couple of years. Obviously, 2 years ago it was a skeleton attendance because there was a surge in COVID at the time. Last year was a pretty decent show, and a lot of people had a good time, myself included. We accomplished a lot. This year, co-located with CEDIA Expo is the new Commercial Integrator Expo. Why launch another conference at this time? We don't have enough of them in the industry?
Well, part of that logic answers the question. We're having an event that's co-located at an existing event. So we're not creating another event in a different time of year in a different city. So we're, adding more value by bringing two events together in the same week in the same building. That being said, at CEDIA Expo, and this may surprise a bunch of folks watching this, 45% of the CEDIA Expo attendees last year are doing commercial work. That's not just a residential channel show. And that was very clear by the products that were on the show floor. Many of the large exhibitors at the show, Sony, Samsung, Origin Acoustics, Legrand, Snap, they were showing commercial products at CEDIA Expo last fall. This trend happened before the pandemic. There's been a convergence of commercial products being used in residential solutions. And we've seen residential integrators taking on like commercial multi-dwelling units, bars, restaurants, et cetera. That's been going on for some time. The pandemic has accelerated that convergence where we're seeing more commercial technology in the homes. We've seen more integrators expand their business into other areas beyond just simply residential. And then conversely, we've seen commercial integrators expanding their palette and getting into projects of mixed use, retail, housing, commercial redevelopment. We're seeing a lot of empty office space now being redeveloped into new purposes. So it's timely, in fact, to be talking more about convergence of residential and commercial together. And so we felt in order to accelerate that conversation, we would have a new show that would bring in additional exhibitors to a common show floor, so more commercial brands, in addition to a new conference program where we can talk more deeply about different commercial applications, technologies, case studies, et cetera. That's why we've also partnered with IMCCA to talk about UC collaboration solutions, et cetera, for commercial and residential hybrid at this year's conference program. So we see it as a natural evolution and reflection of what's been going on in the current marketplace. And we think this is going to add a lot of value to the attendees of CEDIA Expo and add a new venue, if you will, for those attendees that don't have the opportunity to go to other shows, either because of time or location or how busy they are with their businesses. So for those reasons, we're really looking forward to launching this new event because we think it's really going to add an additional service for the industry.
Now, from an IMCCA perspective, we've been talking about this crossover, this hybrid, working from home work, home, remote. This is something that has essentially changed the future of work. And I know that's going to be the focus of a number of the sessions that we're going to be talking about. How is the future of work changing? How is this hybrid situation evolving? Because anybody who believes that home is now settled in terms of where people will be working isn't paying attention because the technology is changing and growing every day. And anybody who believes that we're just going back to the office the way it was isn't paying attention because nobody's going to commute into an office to sit there with 4 white walls and a cube to do what they can do from home. The offices need to change as well. So we're kind of living this hybrid piece, and that's what a lot of the sessions that the IMCCA will be putting on at the show will be discussing. But the IMCCA, we're one of a dozen, 3 dozen, 20 dozen. I don't remember. We had a lot of partners with you. This is almost like, the old days of when everybody working at the trade show was a friend. You've brought together, a heck of a group of people to talk about the areas that are important to them. You want to give us just a roster? I know I'm exaggerating a little, but only a little.
Well, I look at it as we're throwing a new party and everybody's invited. So we've opened up our doors and said, hey, we welcome partners to join us from a content support perspective. So we've signed agreements not only with IMCCA, but with NSCA to have a Biz Skills Day and bring some of their famous programming for the channel to come and co-locate with us. Digital Signage Federation to have a Digital Signage Day concurrent with Commercial Integrators programming. HETMA, Higher Ed Technology Managers Alliance, talking about higher ed, AV systems and solutions. case studies. We're talking to other groups as well, buyers groups in the industry, other associations. We're trying to put together a robust program. We formed a content advisory committee. We're doing a call for presentations. So we plan to have a conference program of 50 to 60 sessions that'll go over 3 days of the show. And like CEDIA having their conference program, my good friend Mandy Beckner, who's the VP of Education at CEDIA, they're putting together a very robust program this year. And we'll also run Wednesday through Friday. The show's Thursday through Saturday. But those sessions are going to appeal. They will also have some commercial topics at CEDIA Expo this year in the CEDIA program. We plan to have a joint keynote session that covers a topic that will be apropos for both commercial and residential. There's a lot of opportunity. So we look at it as like, hey, we're going to even throw a bigger party this year. We know people want to get back together in person. We haven't been in Denver since 2019. So we're expecting a great turnout, great return, but more importantly, really great content, great connections, new networking events with these partner groups that we talked about. We are trying to attract more commercial integrators and technology managers from corporate, higher ed, hospitality, retail, and other verticals that would like to come to Commercial Integrator Expo to not only learn about what's going on today with the technologies and applications, learn from peers, but then also see the great technology products on the show floor. And when they register for Commercial Integrator Expo or CEDIA Expo, their badge will get them on the same show floor. They'll be able to visit all the exhibitors. So all those leading commercial brands that are already with us at CEDIA Expo will be showing their products on the show floor. And the new exhibitors that we'll have for Commercial Integrator Expo will be on the same floor. So it'll be a great opportunity over a few great days in early September in Denver.
It's actually very refreshing, and I have to say that comment from me personally, to have lived through years in our industry of an attitude at some of the trade shows where it was their ball and you couldn't play, to see us start a show again. We were actually building bridges and letting other people be involved and letting it be the best of the industry coming forward. It's not only going to be a terrific party, as you point out, and a really educational episode, but it's probably going to force some of the other conferences in the industry to open up their doors a little bit as well, which is just good for everybody.
Well, I think we're in a new time, right? So I think there's new opportunities, new possibilities. I think this is a great period of creativity. We've had to come up with some interesting solutions to combat how we work and live and educate and entertain over the pandemic. It certainly has accelerated, online video conferencing, no doubt. But it's also created new tools, and we're seeing a rise in AI and extended reality and robotics and other things, like the Jetsons, coming true to life today as, things are moving so quickly. But with all that rapid technology acceleration comes a need. Like, hey, we've been cooped up in our homes. We haven't traveled. Now why are the planes filled? Why are the beaches filled? People want to get back outside and live life, right? And at the same time, it's like, ooh, what did I miss? And so that's, I think, fueling the demand to get back to events, because then you want to catch up. You want to understand what's happening, what's coming next. So I think that's going to be a big piece of what we're going to put forward at this fall shows is really talking about the current state of play and what's next.
And as I looked at the early plot online of the exhibit floor, it looks like you've got certain zones set up for specific areas of interest, which is always good. It saves a lot of time when you're walking a trade show floor. Can you give us a couple of highlights of what some of them will be?
Yeah, well, this year's show combined, we're expecting about 200,000 square feet of exhibits. We expect to have over 400 exhibitors combined in the shows. We will have, the major brands. I rattled some of them off: the Crestrons, the Sonys, the Legrands, the LGs, the Harmans, the Snaps, the Planars, Legrands. Those major bellwether brands are going to be on the show floor, showing both commercial and residential products and solutions. And we're expecting 60 to 80 new exhibitors on our Commercial Integrator Expo side to, for brands that are showing predominantly commercial products. We've been very careful to, we have a blend, if you will, on the CEDIA Expo side, but we're trying to add in specifically commercial focused products in this new area. That being said, we have a UCC exhibit area on the floor. We have our show floor stages, our smart stage, our innovation hub, our launch pad area for new to market companies. We have a lighting solutions pavilion on the show. We also have sound rooms on the show floor, and that's been a staple feature of CEDIA Expo for many years. We have those. We also have audio demo rooms and product demo areas off the show floor as well, in addition to a very robust manufactured product training program at CEDIA Expo and Commercial Integrator Expo. So essentially attendees, whether they're signing up, as I've said, for either show, they get the benefit of all the parts of the party put together. And we think this will be a new added value for attendees and exhibitors, and help to accelerate the industry to the next level by bringing more information, more connections, and new business opportunities.
Okay, so we've come to the portion of the conversation where we're going into the speed round, the quick answer, short answer, quick pieces. So let me throw them at you, and hopefully we won't be able to stump you on any of these. What are the dates of the show?
The expo, it will be September 7 to 9 at the Colorado Convention Center in Denver, Colorado, downtown. The conference program starts the day before on Wednesday, September 6th, and runs through September 8th.
Is registration open yet?
Registration is planned to open on May 8th.
Yeah, so we're close. We're not open yet, but we're close. How many, you said the size of the trade show floor again, how many square feet? How many?
We're going to have 200,000 net square feet of exhibits on the show floor, which is definitely, we're bouncing back from before the pandemic, but with the addition of the Commercial Integrator Expo exhibits, that'll take us back to a larger show than we had in 19 in Denver.
Have any estimates of attendees or exhibitors yet?
We are planning to have 20,000 attendees. Last year in Dallas, we had over 15,000 registrants, over 12,000 verified on site. So, we're shooting for at least 20,000 registrants this year, going back to Denver.
Are there anchor hotels you want to name?
The Hyatt Regency downtown is the headquarters hotel for CEDIA and Commercial Integrator Expo. Most of the downtown hotels are in our housing block, which will open up when registration opens up in May. Nearly all the hotels downtown are walking distance to the convention center, which is great. So we're not running as many shuttle buses because everything's within several blocks of the convention center.
They have a robust trolley system there, right? As I recall from the last time.
They definitely have a street tram system there, mini bars and restaurants downtown, a lot of entertainment venues as well. So it's a really great convention city from that point of view. And in fact, we've planned to stay there actually for the next several years, which is new for CEDIA Expo, which historically had rotated around, but we're planning to stay in Denver for at least the next 3 years and see how it goes.
Well, I remember back, that's where it used to be when it was multiple years in a row. It was in Denver. So then it moved around, and now I guess it's kind of coming back home. So that's cool. Good short answers. If somebody wants more information, if they would like to advertise, if they would like to exhibit, if they would like to attend, how should they get more information?
Well, CEDIAExpo.com for the CEDIA Expo side, expo.commercialintegrator.com for Commercial Integrator Expo. If you go to either site, you can see the current floor plan and exhibitor list that's combined between the two shows. We're updating the website for Commercial Integrator Expo as I speak. So hopefully that'll be online here shortly with additional information. But stay tuned. As I said, we're building our conference program now. We're planning to open registration around May 8th. And you can definitely go to the website and put your name in. So you'll be added to our list. So you'll be notified when registration opens and additional information on the show. But if you're interested in exhibiting, please reach out and contact us. Definitely have some prime spaces still available. The pricing is the same for CEDIA Expo as is Commercial Integrator Expo, both in registration and exhibit and sponsoring costs. And there are member discount rates for industry associations. If you belong to any of the groups we talked about earlier or others, let us know. But definitely, we feel like we've competitively priced both shows in the marketplace to provide maximum value.
Jason, will you come back on and have another chat with me and perhaps a couple other people as we get closer to the show, so we can fill people in with some previews as to what they might expect from some of the sessions and from some of the exhibitors?
Absolutely, David. We definitely plan to do that. And, we're excited. Again, this is a new year, new opportunity, new event, and welcome to our new party. Love to have you.
Well, I'll be there if it's at least the two of us, but I'm sure it's going to, and Joe Way, of course. Joe's everywhere. So between at least the three of us, you'll have three people there. But I've got a pretty good idea that you'll have a couple more zeros at the end of that as we move forward. So Jason, thanks very much. For all the people watching, again, reach out to Jason, reach out to me, reach out to the imcca.org if you want more information about what we're going to do, and we'll see you on the next one.
Great. Thanks a lot, David. See you soon.